The message of the cross to those who are being saved is the power of God. Dear brothers and sisters, today the Church celebrates the feast of the Exaltation of the Holy Cross. Jesus' shameful death on the cross transformed the cross from a symbol of torture and shame to a symbol of God's mercy and reconciliation with the human race, a symbol of God's great love for the entire human race. What brought about this great transformation? It was nothing but Jesus' willing and loving acceptance of the cross. In today's Gospel, we hear Jesus say to Nicodemus, "The Son of Man must be lifted up." Jesus knew that the cross was absolutely essential for his work of salvation, and thus he rebuked his apostles when they tried to prevent him from this sacrificial death. St. Paul wrote to the Philippians that Christ was humble and obedient even to the point of death on the cross, and therefore God gave him the name above all names. The cross was a reality not only in the life of Jesus, but is a reality in the lives of each of his disciples. Taking up our cross and following Jesus is essential to our Christian vocation. In the Gospel according to St. Matthew chapter 16 verse 24 we read, "If any man would come after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross and follow me." However, the cross is not meaningless suffering. Each cross, each suffering of ours has immense salvific value when it is borne for the love of Jesus and along with Jesus. If we think of it in this way, we will soon realize that the crosses that we carry are in fact privileges and blessings given to us by God. In the Imitation of Christ we read, "In the cross is salvation, in the cross is life, in the cross is protection from enemies, in the cross is infusion of heavenly sweetness, in the cross is strength of mind, in the cross is joy of spirit, in the cross is highest virtue, in the cross is perfect holiness. There is no salvation of soul, nor hope of everlasting life, but in the cross." As we celebrate the exaltation of the cross, let us remember that the cross of Jesus must be exalted in our lives by the cheerful and loving acceptance of our own crosses in union with Him. The crosses that we see in various places serve to remind us of the love of God, which manifested itself in suffering and death, and which invites us to do likewise. St. John of the Cross said, "Whoever does not seek the cross of Christ does not seek the glory of Christ." As we celebrate this feast, let us pray for the grace to take up our daily crosses and to follow Christ crucified, since, as St. Paul tells us, the message of the cross to those who are being saved is the power of God.